Season 2, Episode 20, Video Creation with WeVideo, featuring Ryan Kochevar. But first, a word from our sponsor. The Hitchhiker's Guide for Educators Tech Talk will begin in 24 seconds. Hi, welcome to Season 2, Episode 20 of TeacherGoals Tech Talks. I'm Amanda Fox here with co-host Heather Brown, and we're excited you decided to hitchhike your way with us today through not only tech tools, but the pedagogy and strategies behind them. Today's episode is all about video creation using WeVideo. If you guys can just take a minute and drop in the chat where you're tuning in from. Let's see.
I'm very excited about this one.
I am too. So we've got John Wick from California, Erica, which we're bringing Erica up. She's got some amazing things to share tonight. She's tuning in from Boston. We've got Robin from Edmonton, Canada. We've got Mexico in the house. Thanks for joining us, Paulina. And yeah, so just keep dropping where you're from. We're going to show some amazing video production tools and how you can leverage video creation in your classroom, not just to create content, but for student creation as well. Because as you know, I'm a big advocate for moving kids from consumers to producers of content. To give you a little bit background about WeVideo, I first used it in my classroom back in 2014 when I was teaching film, and it was really the only tool that allowed students to collaborate on video creation and editing in the cloud. When you use stuff like iMovie or Camtasia, it's isolated to one device. This platform really allows students to work anywhere together. It empowers everyone to create, collaborate, communicate through easy to use, affordable, and accessible multimedia tools. Video creation also encourages students to collaborate with each other, sharing discoveries and demonstrating their learning as they develop future-ready communication, critical thinking, and creativity skills. My students, we had a library that was shared of assets with materials that they could, use for intros, outros, and it really empowered them to create their own and crowdsource from each other. It's a secure cloud-based platform. It comes loaded with features, transitions, project templates, and that's one of the big things we're going to talk about today is that lesson library that they've made accessible. And Erica Sandstrom is one of the ones that contributed to a lot of that. Heather, would you like to go ahead and introduce our guests?
Sure. Amanda already gave you a little intro to Erica, who's one of our awesome TeacherGoals authors as well. And she's from Boston, as we said earlier, and she works with middle school students and is absolutely amazing. I just want to tap into a few of her skills with video creation. It's absolutely amazing. And we also have Ryan from WeVideo, who is the Director of Customer Engagement. And we actually got to hang out with him for a bit at FETC, and I bet we'll see him at ISTE this year too.
It was.
Come on up.
It was his birthday.
It was.
It was. So I'm going to bring both of them up. We've got Dave Jones from Ohio. We've got Debbie from Arkansas. Dorcas from Canada. Alejandro from Honduras. Brad's tuning in from Indy. Hey, Brad. He's part of our TeacherGoals team. We've got someone tuning in from Michigan. Great STEM person. We've got Serdal from Orlando. We've got Chicago.
Hey, that's not too far away.
Renata. We've got a hello here. And video, Brad says video is king queen with content. So great that this is something students will learn. So without further ado, did we leave anything out? I know Erica is a green screen extraordinaire, and Ryan, you're the master of connecting people through the power of video. So
he is.
Yeah, Erica and I got connected through the power of video. I met Erica through one of our old employees, one of our sales guys, John Klein, who was a big proponent of student video creation in the classroom and had recognized Erica's magic with the green screen. And it is magical. It is one of the things that we hoped to capture in these lessons that we designed for our assignment ideas library, which is a product feature of WeVideo. But Erica's just amazing way she approaches social emotional learning with green screen is something that I'm hoping to show off today, in addition to all of the other ways that students and teachers can access video creation.
You guys are making me blush. Oh my God. Like, wow, my family felt this way about me, you know. But Ryan, I've been using WeVideo, and I know Amanda, I think you have too. I've been using WeVideo since, gosh, I have to think back to my
like 10 years.
Well, yeah, at least 10 years. And I'm obsessed. It's one of those things. WeVideo every day. I use it every day. I was just using it before I got on, finishing something up. But yeah, Ryan, thank you so much.
I used it too last year to do I introed all the teachers with it. It was so much fun. I actually need to sit down and sit with Erica or Ryan and learn more about it. I'm so excited.
Well, hopefully get a little bit of that today. Thank the intro too. I wanted to talk about just real quick in the collaboration feature. I think that's a really important thing that we'll highlight today too, is the ability for students to collaborate on projects within the editing environment, which is something that's unique to our product, and allowing for 2, 3, 4 students at once to be working in the same timeline, editing together, collaborating on ideas, and showcasing their work. The one thing too that I think is important to focus on is exactly what Amanda said at the top about students becoming producers of media rather than consumers. And I think a big part of why people maybe gravitated towards WeVideo, especially during remote instruction, was for designing lessons for students to deliver in a video format, an engaging way to keep their students engaged through that remote experience. But what I think that we can focus more on is how students can benefit from this creation experience as well. So yes, it's a fantastic teacher tool, but it's an equally fantastic student tool.
It is. It's so user friendly for kids, but it takes it to their video skills to another level, because it is such a rich place to create video, and your library is so extensive. It's like a one-stop shop. And but I love that they can learn true layers or in tracks and video production in WeVideo, even though they have both. They have the storyboard, which is most programs people are playing with, but to be able to take it to that level, they can easily go into other programs and they're like, oh, we learned this in WeVideo, we got this.
Exactly.
So I love it.
And then, like, as a classroom teacher, when you use this and you create videos to deliver your instruction, you're modeling that production culture for your students by hand creating materials, and they're going to mimic that. They're like, when I started flipping my classroom, I used WeVideo to create content. And the next thing I know, when students are demonstrating their knowledge and communicating what they're learning, they're making videos back and giving them back to me. And I didn't even have to ask for that. They were following, by my example. So whether you jump in 2 feet, like get students creating, or you jump in first and wade in the waters of instructional design and video creation for your content delivery, start somewhere.
And that's what's so great about what Ryan's bringing you today, is it's made step by step. But Amanda, do you guys do you ever find my students use it at 2 or 3 in the morning? And since I can see all their accounts, I've seen some funny videos that they're making for their YouTube channels and stuff. I mean, they can't stop once they start. So it's pretty
and it transfers. It's one of those transferable things that they learn, where they might start in a video production class, or for example, in my social studies class, but then they're going to use it in every other class. So when I was in their accounts, I also saw like, oh, you're doing your your English projects in WeVideo. So it was just amazing to see that transference across content domains.
Yeah, and because it's cloud-based, you can, have it at school and access it on a device that you have at school, and use that account at home with your own device, and you'll have your content as long as you can log into it. And at home, you can continue working on projects, and we've found that that's the case for students that get hooked on video. Is that once it becomes apparent that they know how to do it, they're going to want to do it all the time. And I think that just talks about the video culture we live in as a society, right? Like, we're surrounded by video all the time. Kids are constantly engaged with video. So why not give them every opportunity to create and engage with it at school?
Yeah, put learning in their pocket. They already have the thumbs already in their pocket.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the mobile app today, but we have a mobile app for Apple. And if you have a WeVideo account, you can download that. It's a free mobile app. So if you're a WeVideo subscriber, you can access that, and your content transfers from the mobile app to the web app. So it's just another way to leverage that device that you have on you all the time to capture content and send it into the cloud for more powerful editing. It's a great way for students or teachers or anyone to capture photos, videos, and send it into your WeVideo account.
I love that idea.
Yeah. So what are you going to show us now? I've got the screen pulled up. Are you going to go through?
Yeah, I'm going to talk through the assignment ideas library, because that's a feature that we're really it's in beta right now, but it's going to be fully realized and launched before ISTE. So a lot of our presence at ISTE is going to be focused around this library of original video content that was designed both by internal WeVideo staff. We employ a number of former educators, instructional designers on our team that designed this video content, people who were WeVideo users in the classroom that came to us, that left the classroom, came to us and use their skills to kind of create these experiences. And then external contributors like Erica. We also had a couple of other educators from California who will be a big presence at ISTE with us, Jessica Pack and Georgia Terlahe, if I can give a shout out to those two. They also created content. Another pair of folks that I connected, now Erica and Georgia and Jessica are all connected. I feel like that was a good, you have some girls on there between the three of you. Yeah. So they contributed content. So what I want to show today is just like that flow of how you can access this library if you're a WeVideo subscriber, and how you might use one of the lessons in your context. I'd like to highlight some of Erica's lessons too, and then just talk through the why about why we designed this experience for people. Because it's been about a 2-year project that I came onto the team, and my very first day at WeVideo, we started talking about this almost 2 years ago now. So it's fun to see something like that kind of come to fruition. So let me just jump into it. This is the WeVideo. If you have a subscription and you log into your account, this is where you land. Our assignment library is in WeVideo Classroom. So I'm going to go ahead and take us over there. You land in your classes space. I'm not going to go too much into this, but you can create classes and roster your students in classes and assign video projects to them. That's how you make use of the assignment ideas library. So it's like a mock LMS in a way. We designed it to be very familiar for teachers who have used LMS to assign projects and or go through that teacher to student workflow in the classroom, so that it's comfortable and familiar for people that want to use this space. So we have 3 tabs in here: classes, assignment ideas, and projects. Classes, as I explained, is a place where you can create those classes to share video assignments to. And then we have projects, which is a free space to design your own media projects. So this is students and teachers that would be creating video content outside of like an assignment in a classroom or a specific project that a teacher wanted the students to complete. This is just sort of a free form space to design video projects and assignment ideas. So this is our assignment ideas library. It's original content designed for any grade level and any subject. We do have tags. So if you're looking to specifically find a lesson that might fit your learning context, you can filter Currently, we have about 50 assignments in here, but we're constantly designing and pushing new content all the time. So by the full release, we'll have about 75, which is coming up in a couple of weeks here. And then throughout the summer, as we prepare for the next school year, we'll have many more assignments that are going to be pushed out to this library. So one of the things I think that's important to know about this is that we've tried to design it for folks who are brand new to the product. And so one of the things that we found was that new teachers are intimidated by the idea of doing video editing projects with their students. And it can be challenging to think of how I might use a video editor to support my instruction and to help students think about different ways that they can show their thinking or to demonstrate mastery. And so we really took this opportunity to provide some inspiration for folks to just take that leap, right? Hey, I've never done this before, but I see a really fun project in here on animated books. And I looked it over.
I'm like, oh, I hope he picks that one.
So they pushed this one today. And I thought, just because I know of your work, it was like the perfect opportunity to showcase that assignment. But so this is this idea that we want to provide at least the foundation to think about how you might use video projects is one of the reasons why we developed this library. And then the other one is to move towards alignment with standards-based instruction. So again, with ISTE being top of mind, we're really doing a lot of work around connecting to both ISTE standards and the ISTE organization generally to align our thinking about video and ed tech and integrating meaningful technology, and that it's aligning with standards that ISTE is promoting, and that we stay really close to that, so that we're thought of as a teaching and learning tool in the same vein as a creativity tool, right? Don't ever want to lose sight of the creative part of this, but it's also important that we move towards teachers understanding that you can use this in your instruction with students and you can tie it to your teaching practices. So what this looks like, oh, here's some of Erica's lessons. Erica, should we jump into one of yours and show what, first of all, let me filter this and show you. We have a social emotional learning filter here for all grades, and you're going to see Erica's pop up here. This filters all lessons that might focus in some way on SEL. So of course, Erica across all of her lessons has infused that those SEL skills and those moments of that kind of learning into it. So I think since we have you here, let's take the audience through one of your lessons.
Sure, absolutely. I think you only have 2 up there out of the.
There's 4 here on this row, and then there's one buried down.
Oh, okay.
This one.
They're buried down.
Buried is the scroll.
No, let's go ahead and click on the one with the quote first. Let's look at that one. And
I want to mention, like, Erica is fantastic at what she does with video, and she has a book coming out soon through TeacherGoals. If you want to talk a little bit about that first, and this is some of the examples and some of the amazing resources that you will find in that book. And, how many years, just like decades of experience with film and video, and making it accessible to everyone, not just, video experts, but, making it to where anyone can pick up and roll with it, even if they've never done video production before.
Exactly. And these are just a few of the examples that will be in the book. And the book is, we'll probably dive into that more later, but the book is called Cultivate Compassion Through Creativity. And it's a lot of these lessons, but it's also a lesson in mindfulness and how to incorporate these things. So even though we have the I in kind here for this student, there's a whole, how can we incorporate and cultivate kindness first before we create these productions, so it's kind of, there's a lead up to it. And then there's also follow up afterwards. So it's all about kindness and cultivating joy, cultivating kindness, cultivating empathy. And but the kids are having so much fun doing it. And, we can show that in a couple of the samples. And it still blows my mind that my ideas for this are so welcome everywhere, because, in my mind, I was just like, how can I get these kids to teach others about joy or kindness, because they don't realize how much they're getting themselves when they're actually, teaching others. And a lot of times I'll say, okay, guys, we're going to make this for the elementary kids. So let's create this video that really lets them understand how to be kind. And I don't know if they realize what I'm doing. It's reverse psychology. But so for this one was one of my favorites. I do this one all the time, where the kids take a famous quote or a favorite quote. Sometimes they make one up, or sometimes they use musical lyrics, their favorite rap song, poems, whatever they want. And we turn it into a digital story. So I have them break it up into pieces and bring it alive through creative video production.
Should I show the sample?
Yeah, show the sample.
Okay.
Yeah, you might want to yeah, there we go. Full screen it.
He has to click on the sound when he does the share, the box. So Ryan, if you stop sharing and reshare, there's a sound button in the share.
Is it not playing?
We went through this in the AI week of AI. Yes.
I hate that.
So is it not playing the sound?
Yeah.
That's okay. So when he was showing that, what it does is it's very simple. And this is a very good one to start with. Anybody can do this. And Ryan and I have talked about encouraging teachers who go into the WeVideo library to try it yourself first. And trust me, you're going to have a good time, and you're going to feel a win, because the step-by-steps break it down. But basically you take this quote, and we use, we match the beat to music. We bring in extra footage. I just teach them all kinds of creative video production, and it's all around a quote. And I have found that with my students, no matter what level they're at or what learning difficulties they might have, they are all super successful with this one. And I start every WeVideo year, or every new quarter when I teach WeVideo, I start with this project, and the kids, they're so proud of themselves. So you can show them the step by step, or tell them what's in there, Ryan, if you want to.
Yeah. So each of the lessons in the library, in addition to Erica's, is going to come with some pre-built content. So what Erica also mentioned about trying this yourself, I think that's an important thing to highlight first. You wouldn't be able to assign this lesson to yourself necessarily unless you had a student account you could get into, but you could learn the steps, go into projects that I showed off a little earlier, and create this project on your own in that space before assigning it to students, if that's the way you wanted to approach understanding how this would be built or how it might look in your learning context to teach this to kids. I'm always for trying this out yourself to see the ins and outs of it and how it would work. But for you, if you were to assign this project to your students through our classes page, what you would do is, this is the preview of it. So you get a sample video, obviously, sorry for the not sound and not being tech savvy enough to link my audio. I don't know how I missed that, but
it happens to me too. So
it's all good. But there was some great music played under that. So again, it's a really great example of this project. So it comes with a sample video. It will give you a little bit of a blurb to use as student instruction. So Erica always, and most of our lessons come with like we're setting up the lesson, kind of giving some idea of what this is going to be about. And then we're providing more written detailed directions and examples that are hyperlinked here. So if you click here, it'll take you to Erica's visual designs. So for many of Erica's lessons, and I learned this about her through this process, and you talk to me often about how you never really wrote all of the components down or had to teach this to other people necessarily, or make it so that many others could benefit from the work you're doing. And so we had many conversations about, okay, how might you, show how to finish this or complete this? And so you took the visual approach, which is fantastic. I'd love to have this embedded in the lesson. Couldn't do it in this version, but hoping that down the road we can. But for you all and your students will have access to these visual instructions that you can work through to learn how to do this project. So in the interest of time, just wanted to show that, but I'll go back. And that's student facing. So when you save that to your class for students to get access to it, they're going to get the sample video. They're going to get Erica's detailed instructions to use. Everything that you have as an educator. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. And also with the detailed instructions that you'll find is I'm a huge because I'm a visual learner, I'm the artist brain. I have not only the written directions, I have a GIF that shows each step. So, and I know that WeVideo is working on embedding that because we had a meeting about it, and she was thought it was a good idea. So I was like, yes.
They were so happy to hear that. Thank you for sharing
Oh,
that.
no problem.
Good to hear.
Yeah. So, I mean, everybody learns differently. So, and I also am planning on adding voice overs too with all the directions. That's my next step inside these lessons. But they're very detailed when you click on them, and they're their own lesson. And what's so nice is I know that in the WeVideo side, teachers can edit these lessons. I don't know if you mentioned that already, but
yep. And I'll real quick, as I know I need to go through this last section a little bit quickly, so I'll get there so I can show how you can customize it as well. The other two things that are really cool that get included is that Erica built what are called starting block templates for these. So these are foundational, this is going to be in the student's editing timeline when they get it. If you, as a teacher, feel like you want to have an example of how this can be built and the different media you can use. As you can see, she did a mix of her own media with some stock media from the WeVideo library, which is one of my favorite things about this, is because she was able to take what she had and add to it from the stock media library to create this project example that's on the timeline for students to see. So it's one thing to see a sample video. It's another thing to see how this is built out on the timeline. If your students need that scaffolding, this is there to provide that foundation to get started in the video editor itself. So
it's really great because the kids will take it a whole nother step, but they'll have a confidence. Right. And some of the teachers that are assigning it, they'll have a lot of confidence giving this assignment.
And just real quick, two objectives in here is, again, like I said, aligned to ISTE student standards, and then tips. Erica left a ton of detailed tips that we've hyperlinked off to documents, either in visuals, GIFs, or written instructions that you have all you need to deliver this lesson successfully. So if I like this as a teacher and I want to assign this to my class, I can click Save to Class as Draft and select the class. I'll assign it to a digital storytelling class, save to class. And then just real quick, I can head over to that class. I've been testing this flow with a bunch of Erica's assignments. It's in draft form. So if I want to edit any of the pieces of what I just got from that lesson library, I can do that. And it's incredibly flexible. So you can delete the sample video. You can even rename it and change the description if you want. If you don't need a lot of this context for your students, you can adapt it however you see fit to the kids that you have and where they're at in their knowledge of video production. You can change the project type, the participation. You could make it a team project, like I mentioned, the collaboration if you wanted. You could assign a due date and time. There's a little bit of a bug here. That's the incorrect date time format. I've never seen that. You could add your own cover photo. You could add to the media, and you can include the starting blocks, or you can just have them start with a blank timeline. So it's heavily customizable because we wanted to make sure that, again, we provided a beginning teacher what they need to get started. But also, if you're an experienced video editor and you wanted to use these projects, you can start from scratch if you want. You don't have to include anything, or you can include everything.
The scaffolding's awesome.
Yes.
I think that's perfect for differentiating the different levels where students are. I know as students come in, the very first project I ever assign, I do ipsative assessments where they start off with, and they show me what they can do, and we use that as the benchmark in video production for subsequent projects. And creativity, when students are creating, it is the best cure for depression. Like just being creative and creating something yourself and having that artifact. Like, so in terms of SEL, just the fact of like producing and creating something itself is powerful.
Absolutely.
Really, it's so true. It's a meditation for me even. You just dive in. No matter what it's about. Yeah. Dan's asking a good question there.
Oh, sorry. I'm like, not even, is there an AI component that allows for video development based on content prompts? Ryan, how long have we been talking about AI stuff?
We've been talking about AI for a while, and the WeVideo team has been talking about AI for a while. I can't say anything about that right now, but we are
What he's
definitely thinking
saying,
about ways to make the process more accessible and maybe even make it a little bit quicker or add to get someone started as well. So we've built this assignment library in an effort to provide those foundations to get someone started. And I think the next step in that is thinking about ways that we might be able to automate some of this process.
Except for me, of course, right?
Thanks for your question, Dan.
Dan says,
Still need
LOL.
my gift.
I have to give very vague responses. I'm sorry.
Well, I can't say much about it yet, but you know, a minute later.
Yeah.
Thanks,
So,
Dan.
we're always thinking about it. I think AI is on the top of everybody's minds right now in technology, and so and we're also thinking about some of those things too.
Amazing.
Too
All
funny.
right. So what else you got?
So
Jim,
that was the
something new.
yeah. When you're ready to just go for it, you can hit publish it, and then it's published for students. So that I think that's the whole teacher flow, right? Like, so you want to look at it, you can browse the library, choose an assignment, edit it, and then publish it to your class. And that would then in the student's account, they would get this lesson and be able to start creating that. It would take me just a second if you wanted to see that. If you want me to show that, I can. I have to log out of this, log into a student account. If we have time for that. If not, you know, we don't have to do that.
How much time do we have? Do you want me to show anything, Amanda? Uh-oh, you're muted.
Amanda, you're muted.
We can go for another 15 minutes. The content's great. Like let's keep demoing and looking at how to support teachers with video creation.
Great. Then I'll just really quickly show the student account. So I'm logged into a student account now, and I'm going to navigate over here and go into this class. I think this is probably not the right.
And while he's pulling it up, if you guys have any questions on video creation or WeVideo in general, please drop those in the chat and share with us, how are you leveraging video creation in your classroom? What are your students creating? What are you creating? What was a highlight moment from this year that involved video?
Please, love to see that. So this is a different account that didn't have that digital storytelling class, but this vocab Frayer assignment is one of the lessons from, right, if we took the idea of the Frayer model, we had this as a template. If you use WeVideo before Classroom, in our classic space, what we call now, we had these project templates. And one of the templates was a vocab Frayer in video form. So if for folks who don't know it, that's the 4-quadrant. Typically, if you're doing it on pencil and paper, you might add a definition for this vocab word or concept in a little sketch, the characteristics of that word or concept, examples and non-examples of that word or concept. And so we turned that into a video project. And so this is an example of that lesson that I took as a demo and turned it into a GIF project and built it on this timeline. So it just a simple one on a volcano. It's really simple and quick to do. So pulled that out of the lesson library, adapted it a little bit for what I was demoing that day. I changed the project type from video to GIF. And then I already had the template here, which is just a text-based template with a volcano 45-second video clip that I shortened to about 16 seconds. And I exported this as a GIF and was able to have this as my example for how I might have taught learning the word volcano, or what of the concept of a volcano in my fourth grade science class. I believe that's what I was demoing this for. So this is another way of using this is another project in the assignment library. And the reason I really like to show the Frayer model is because it offers teachers an idea of quick video lessons. A lot of people, when they're approaching video editing for the first time, and again, some of that hesitation is like, oh my gosh, how long do these video projects take? Like, I don't have time to teach video editing or do video projects. They take weeks, right? I mean, you're making movies or you're telling stories, and yes, you're doing that, but I think this is a really good project to show that it doesn't have to be a days-long or even week-long project. If you practice some of these techniques consistently, this project you can do in about 5 minutes with students. And if this becomes part of your vocabulary instruction, it's a great way to get kids to show their thinking through multimedia rather than just doing it on pencil and paper, right?
Exactly. Exactly. And they love it. They'll actually do their work. I know in middle school, if I say, we're going to make a video about this, they get so excited. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm happy to share one too if we have time. If not, I can.
Yep. Let's share one.
All right. So I'm going to share this time. I'll present my screen. Unless Ryan had more. I didn't know.
No, that's it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. So this is the lessons. Not all of them are up yet, but these are the ones that are coming soon to WeVideo. And like he said, there's some ones that are easy. For example, this one is a super simple way to encourage students who might need a pick-me-up or somebody else. I don't know why mine's not working. Hold on one second. Of course. Why is it that everything works until you have to do
so that's something too. It's the product feature is tagged as beta so that we can continually push content. And one of the things, Erica, this activity and the gratitude activity, we were missing media for them, and so we had to pull them and push them back. So those will be out most likely by the end of this week. The cultivate encouragement and praise and cultivate.
Well, I'll do the kind one. This one's a lot of fun. My students.
Yeah, I'm thinking we don't have sound on. So do you kind of want to talk through what we're looking at?
I didn't know you didn't have sound. Darn it! It's so cute with the sound.
It's really great.
But this lesson plan is a lot of fun, and this one takes them into learning green screen and other kinds of media, and it's a two-stepper. So some of them are a little bit more, but honestly, hopefully my lesson plans that are attached. I even clicked the sound box. Right here, you will see that the steps are right here. And I don't know where that voice came from, but this is what I meant by the steps with gifts. What was that gargling sound? I don't even want to know. Is that your snowball?
No,
anyway,
it's off.
That was off. By each step. I'm trying to, maybe I should stop doing so much animation, but just to show them the actual step. So that is, and everything's here, even the templates that you need and everything. So I just wanted to show people that don't be afraid to try it, because you should be able to hopefully figure it out from this. That would be wonderful. So yeah, I don't know. There's a glitch or something with the sound because.
Well, remember, it didn't work for my movie bot one either.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Doing AI, I don't know.
Yeah, StreamYard can be a little. It's not the most intuitive when it comes to sharing videos, and where it is when sharing videos, screen share with sound.
Yeah, I know. I clicked the button, but anyway, so there's also other ones in here, breathing techniques, things like that. 7-8 breathing technique, and this is a great one. Video.
Simple. Yep.
I assume you can't hear it, but the sound is important for this because the kids create their own video. They have music tracks in there, so they create music there to go with the 4-7-8, and I have them create it 3 times, 3 sets, and that's 1 minute of breathing. And it's really fun because the kids learn to really use the timeline and how to work with sound and how to fade sound in and out. And so there's all kinds of ways that not just my lessons, but all the lessons in there. In each one, they're going to learn new things about video production that, you know, just little things like fade in, fade out. That's in this lesson and so on. So, but a lot of social emotional learning, a lot of breathing techniques like that. So we had a lot of fun with that.
Yep.
So Dan just asked, he said he used WeVideo a long time ago. Are there templates that mimic social media, Snapchat, Instagram, etc.? I think that's a great request. If there's not, I haven't seen the lesson library, so I might be a little bit inspired to jump in and make some templates for you using social media, because that sounds like a fun project to me.
Actually,
yeah, so we have
we do
social
have
media
that.
templates in
You do?
the classic space that we're migrating to Classroom. So part of the next phase of WeVideo is we have these 2 spaces now. And as we've been, designing new features and new ways of engaging our users, we're merging some of the experiences of the best of both worlds, we say. And right now you have the change format option.
I read your mind.
Export, exactly. And you also have some templates that you have access to that you could use on social platforms, but we don't have any built that are specifically for those. So that's definitely something that we could see adding in the future for sure. But right now we have the change format options, and we do have more templates in Classic. They're just not in the assignment ideas library right now.
But it's I mean, honestly, the kids always just look for portrait and or vertical and square. So there you go.
I don't know if you remember, but do you remember like 10 years ago, before we had Reels and Instagram, I would chastise my students. We are not vertical offenders. Do not put
holding the
phone.
phone.
We did a whole parody on it, and I still snap at them, and I'm like, depends on what we're doing, y'all. If we're making a TikTok, if we're doing this, but if I see your phone like this, oh,
that was the big thing. I don't want to see your phone. I don't want to see this. Like, no.
No.
I know, but we have a whole parody about it. It's hilarious. Yeah.
That's
they know the look. I'm just like,
I had signs, like I would ticket students for being vertical offenders.
Vertical offenders, I love that.
Well,
don't be a vertical offender.
I pull it up in WeVideo, and we're doing a class video, and then the vertical offenders, I'm like, what's wrong with theirs? And there's black sides on it, and they're like, but then they get creative. They're like, well, let's put a background behind it. And then they hit, I'm like,
oh, there you go.
That did not fly in my class. But now, as we've shifted to more of a video centric and heavy world with multiple platforms, it's okay as long as we're creating and we understand the platform that we're designing for. So
know your audience.
Yeah, and that's all part of it too.
So now my vertical offender sign is considered vintage.
No, it still works because it depends on what we're creating, and so the kids have learned. They have learned with me. They're so funny too about it when they freak out. Oh my God, you guys didn't turn your phone. She's gonna kill you. I'm like, no. You're gonna do it again. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. Ryan, I know you guys are at ISTE.
Yes.
If you have information about your booth number or where to find.
Yeah, where am I going to find
you? Where are you going to find us? Yes, you are going to find us at, I want to get the booth number correct. Booth number 2350, 2350, WeVideo booth. We will be there when the expo hall opens to when the expo hall closes, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Please, if you're at ISTE, stop by and say hello. We will be demoing the Assignment Ideas Library along with many other features. We have some other events. We'll have a lot of in-booth presentations as well. Erica is going to be in booth presenting on her Assignment Ideas Library. She'll give you a much deeper dive into some of the things you saw today. I believe that's at 10:30 a.m. on Monday, the 26th. So 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, of course, as we're in Philadelphia on the 26th. So stop by to see Erica. And I know that we have some other presentations that I'll share. I can share, I don't know how you want me to do that, but we've got a schedule graphic that we can share out to list all of our other times that folks will be in the booth sharing all about WeVideo.
Yeah. So Monday we have Erica at 10:30, Craig at 1,
Yep.
Joseph Vitale at 2:30. And then we have the roundtable discussion. Did you want to talk about that at Chris's Jazz Cafe?
Yes, so that's a special event where we will be hosting, WeVideo will be hosting a panel of educators. Erica, Amanda, and Jessica Pack will be, and Georgia Terlahi will be talking all about video in the classroom. And it's at, like Amanda said, at Chris's Jazz Cafe. If you, I had a registration link that I sent. If you're interested, we do have limited space. If you're going to be at ISTE and you're interested in contributing to the conversation about video teaching and learning in the classroom, it's not specifically related to WeVideo as a product. We are going to be talking about video as a pedagogical tactic to use with students and its impact and all of the good things that multimedia can bring into the classroom. So I don't know if you can share that link.
It's been shared in the comments.
Cool.
Those of you who are LinkedIn, be patient with me. I will post that right after this live video ends.
Awesome.
Our comments don't go out to LinkedIn from here, but I will not forget you.
Yes, so please register for that limited space. If you are interested and you're in Philadelphia and coming and joining the audience for that, 6 to 8 p.m. on Monday night, the 26th. So please register for that as soon as you can.
Fun. That sounds like a lot of fun.
It's going to be
heard out with my people about video.
Live jazz music after the roundtable.
And the whole TeacherGoals crew will be there. So make sure John Wick, who's one of our editors, Erica, Heather, myself, and I heard a little birdie said that the Curipod might also be there too. And if you wear orange, you might be rewarded with
I love them.
Yes, the little birdie.
You have to take a screenshot of that. That was good.
Right?
Does not lie. And there will be, after the event, it'll be about a 45-minute roundtable, and there will be food and drink and live jazz music afterwards as well. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Gosh, I can't wait.
And there'll be copies of the AI Classroom that we'll be giving away. So there will be extra things that you can get the sooner you get there and you're in the door.
Yep.
You will walk out with swag.
Absolutely. And then Tuesday, more of the same. We have a lot more booth presentations and I have a schedule graphic. Is there possible that I can share with you? I'm not sure how you want me to get you that, but I can, if we can share that too, that would be cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
Great.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast this evening, or live stream. We've focused a lot on AI in the past month or two, and we're making that shift into highlighting video production and other tools for creativity to empower our teachers to really get students demonstrating their learning in multifaceted ways. And WeVideo is one of the best tools out there to do that. So if you haven't played, make sure you go to wevideo.com, subscribe. Ryan, is there a free trial period?
Yes, there is. There's a classroom trial, which I encourage everybody, if you're interested in learning a little bit more about the product, it's a free 30-day trial. And you'll have access to all of the classroom products that I showed off today. We do have a free account that is it's limited in what you can get. You won't get the assignment library. You won't have projects in classroom. But so I encourage you, if you really are interested in diving in and you're interested in how you might use video and WeVideo in your classroom, go to that classroom trial and subscribe, and you get 30 days for free.
All right, 30 days for free. Awesome. So keep in mind, textbooks were cool, but video killed the textbook star. So you guys want to video is pedagogy, video is king, queen.
Yes.
And thank you again for coming on. That's a wrap.
All right.
Yeah, thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
All right. Courses by TeacherGoals. Register now for the Canva Classroom.